Welcome. Welcome to Touching the Edge. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Drake and I'm delighted to see you today. I'm delighted to see you because we are in this series of focusing on excellence, focusing on seeing greatness, focusing on seeing greatness and moving towards it and understanding what greatness means for us in our own personal lives, recognizing that something in us truly wants to be great. I feel like there's a part of us that wants to be of service. There's a part of us that wants to be recognized. And yet there's something in us that just really wants to do something really, really well. So seeing greatness is part of how we end up manifesting it and recognizing that what we focus on, what we see, is what we move towards. It reminds me of that story I've told many times about when I first learned how to ride a bicycle and how I was so afraid of hitting this mailbox and how even though there was so much space, I managed to steer towards that mailbox. What I'm saying is that we move towards what we focus on. And if you find yourself focused regularly in fearful states and catastrophizing, what ends up happening is you actually are moving yourself towards it. It's like going through a crowd. You don't just barrel through right the middle of the crowd. You find space in between. So that's how we find our greatness, is finding the space, finding that realization that through expectation we actually manifest our own greatness. People manifest what they're expecting. People who are lucky are people who tend to feel like they will be lucky. So I want to suggest to you that expectation has a large effect on our outcomes. If we expect to succeed, we will succeed. So be aware of this powerful relationship between expectation and the direction that we go in. What we focus on most intensely is what we actually move towards. And recognize that one of the most powerful elements of reducing our fear of failure is positive indifference. Realizing that no matter who we are, that we deserve as much love from our own selves as any other part of ourselves. It's almost like having a child. If you have a child, of course, you're happy to see them succeed, but you actually love them no matter what. We have to have that same relationship to ourselves, like having multiple children that you love equally. Even if one of them is a great athlete and one of them is living in your basement, you still love them both. And so I want to suggest to you that we have to have this positive indifference for our own self, loving any possible outcome, loving ourselves even if we do find failure, finding that releasing our fear of failure is part of how we promote our success. Releasing that fear of failure is part of how we actually do manifest our own greatness, not forcing ourselves to do it, but letting it come forth because we're not in the way. If we can let go of those negative expectations, we get out of the way, and success is something that's natural for us. We're meant to become our authentic self. And by getting out of the way, we actually shine that into the world. So, have that positive expectation. Have that release of fear of failure. Recognize that the obsession with being great is also part of how you actually miss that greatness. Don't be so afraid of failing. Get out there and do the best that you can. And even making that effort is that expression of greatness. So thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being part of this series. Let other people know about this. Please let other people know. Please comment. Tell us what greatness means to you. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. Here we go. If you expect greatness, you don't have to worry about it. It actually just happens of its own will. I bring my hands together and I bow to you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.